ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of the Talking with Tarashuk podcast, the unknown, unnamed nonsense edition. My name is Will Tarashuk. That's T's and Thomas. Arashuk. And as always, I am joined by Christian, the man behind the board, but as well as Mr. YLP himself, the podcaster from Wrestle Addict Radio on Ambiguous Podcast Solutions, the host of Young Lions Perspective podcast, Mr. YLP himself, Zach Ruzicka. Zach, welcome, my friend. How are you?
What's going on, Mr. Tarashuk? How we doing today, brother?
Dude, I'm so glad you reached out to me to do this podcast because it's been a long time coming. I had Fretz on, I had K Murphy on, and now, congratulations, you beat Ricky. How's it feel?
Yes! That's it. That's all I needed to do. I had to beat Ricky.
All right, so
I was not going to be the last one. At all. That's right. I think next up is Slack, but we'll see if that ever happens. And as always, man behind the board, Christian Wright, founder of Cube Recording Studios. Christian, how are you, my friend?
What's going on? Happy to be here. I'm always here. Cube Recording Studios.
The man with all the questions. I wrote all the questions. Christian asked the questions, and then we provide answers. But before we do that, Zach, tell people about yourself. You are a podcaster, a big wrestling fan. That is how you and I met. So please introduce yourself to everybody out there. The floor is yours.
What's going on, guys? It's your man, Zach, your host of the YLP podcast. Every Saturday on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. I am Jersey born, Jersey bred, and when I die, I'm Jersey dead.
Love that.
Been a pro wrestling fan since literally 8 years old. And, you know, I talk smack about wrestling. That's what I do best, and that's what I'm good at.
All right.
Man, how much more you want?
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. And I guess we can say where I come in. So, I met you because Wrestle Addict Radio is an ever-growing wrestling network, right? We handed off the reins from Rant with Ant himself, and we needed someone to fill a spot. So Ricky was out doing the rounds and searching for podcasts, and he sent me this, the Young Lions Perspective, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh no, he's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. He knows his shit on wrestling. He's a lot of fun to listen to, and what did it for me, Zach, specifically is my Achilles heel in podcasting is solo shows. I have a tough time doing solo shows, doing them, recording them, producing them, as well as listening to them, because I zone out. I need someone who's bouncing back and forth with someone. But yours, I listened to it. I was like, oh no, this is perfect. I'm there. I'm engaged. It was fun. It was funny. And then we talked to you, and it's just like the chemistry was there. You're very easy to talk to, which is why I think you're the perfect person for some unknown, unnamed nonsense.
Let's get into it.
Stop with the compliments. You're too much. You're too much. But seriously, because when you guys hit me up to like recruit me and whatnot, I was just off my nomination from the now defunct Wrestling Radio Awards back in 2019, up for nomination for Newcomer of the Year, and I didn't win the whole thing. That was All Elite Pod's year, but it was one of those things where it just made sense to work with you guys. You guys were easy to talk to as well. And I'm very approachable. I like people. I like talking to people. I like making small talk. It's what I do. So, I mean, if it's give the gap, so be it. But I mean, Wrestle Addict Radio to me embodies exactly what I do.
Right.
And that is just, we're coming together as a whole collective and talking about the one thing we all love most, which is professional wrestling. And that's just a great thing to talk about, regardless of how you feel about it.
Yep. And Chris, I know you're anxious to get into the questions, but first, I handed Zach over the questions, and he wanted to answer number 5. Number 5 was the sexiest accents in America, ranking them. Now, Christian, you and I already gave ours, so we don't need to rehash old thoughts. But Zach, you want to answer that question, so please rank the sexiest American accents.
How many do I want? How many do I want to do? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's up to you, man. The question's open-ended. You can answer them as
top 3, top 5.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All right, I'll do at least the top 3. Like, so for me personally, number 1 is, I know because I lived in Myrtle Beach for 3 years. Southern accents on chicas is just, it's intoxicating.
On chicas.
It's intoxicating when you live in the South and you just hear that Southern drawl from, oh man, that will get you in trouble. Every time. Like, they're so innocent, and next thing you know, dad comes. No, I'm kidding. We ain't gonna talk about that. But no, so Southern Girl's number 1, and then because I'm biased with Miss YLP, my girl, New Englander accent, but not like what you saw in Ted. Yeah, not that. Like a little lighter. Because my girl's from Maine, so I remember
us talking about. I was like, dude, that Boston accent did get ranked number 1 in that one like poll I saw years ago. But it's
Really?
like at the same time, dude, like nothing is just more unattractive than a girl from Southie in the way she talks.
I was gonna say, you guys ever see the show Ray Donovan?
I have not seen Ray Donovan, but I've seen every single Boston movie there is to see, and there's pretty women up in Boston, but sometimes they just talk. It's like, stop it, it's enough.
Yeah, like luckily for me, you know, I got a girl that like I was like she's from Maine, but she doesn't have that like Southie accent. It's there.
No,
like, I'll catch it every now and then.
It's slightly different from like that Boston accent. It's not as aggressive or abrupt.
Oh yeah,
like that
it's
upper New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. It's there. They say their R is weird, but it's not as abusive.
What's an example of a Southie accent where they're saying something unattractive that just doesn't work for you?
That's for me.
Yeah, for you.
Fucking Bob, keep getting a beer over here. All right? Right? Fucking get over here now.
No.
Right?
No.
Like it sounds bad on a man, and it sounds really bad on a woman.
No.
Because they always gotta say
no,
fucking.
Thank you.
They always gotta say fucking. It's not fucking. It's fucking.
True. Like every third word is that.
Don't make me get my cousin down here. All right? I'll whip your fucking ass. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
True. It's so true though. It's terribly true. So Southern accent, New Englander.
That's two.
See, here's where 3 comes into play because now I've been living in the West for a little, like Midwest, West, Southwest for a little bit, and Colorado's got a little bit of an accent if you catch it though. But it's for some reason it just draws me in since I'm new to the area and whatnot. So I'm just like, hey, yo, okay, I see what's up. And those would technically be my top 3 in terms of like New York, New Jersey accents. I can't stand it.
That's fair. It's also very aggressive.
Like think of it like this: like you heard your moms for like X amount of years talking, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you don't want to hear that no more.
I mean, my mom's got that Boston accent pretty hard. She's got it. She's got it. Like, like having her say like park the car in Harvard Yard. It's like I know it's stereotypical at this point, but I swear to God, because I also have family in Jersey, right? So I got a little bit of both. When we're down in Jersey with my dad's side of the family, my mom will like pretend her accent is worse than it actually is. She'll never admit it. She'll never admit that she does it, but I know she does it because she knows it annoys my dad's side of the family. And honestly, kudos to her.
Okay.
That is a great bit. All right, that's something I would do. So
Probably.
kudos to her.
For a second.
Yeah. She accentuates how bad her R's are around people who she knows it's gonna get under her skin. So to me, that's a bravo to my mother. Shout out to my mom. All right.
Shout out to Mama Tarashuk one time.
All right, Christian. First question. What do we got?
Help me.
First question. Since we're on a similar topic, so I'm gonna say childhood celebrity crush, actress, singer, or whatever.
This is gonna be like probably one of the more out of left field answers. But back in the day, no bullshit. I had a thing for Tara Lipinski.
Tara Lipinski. I don't even
Google her, Christian. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, who is this person, Zach?
Figure skater, actually. I think she competed in the Olympics like at least 1 or 2 times.
Okay.
Up.
But yeah,
she popped up quickly. So let's see what we got here.
Yeah, throw a picture of this brought up. Let's see what we got.
I'm not going first. She still look good.
Still looks good.
All right, Christian. I don't see the. I don't see the Google screen.
No,
Christian.
I got you. I was just working on it.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, she cute. Yeah, she really.
This is when Zach liked her.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So look at her now.
So I generally have a problem with this question. I mean, she's super cute, very cute, definitely cute now too. I'd probably say she's cuter now, but I generally have a problem with this question. Chris, I think you actually added this one.
Did I?
You might have, because I know you added a few. Because I do have a problem with this question, because it's like, okay, how do I answer this question? Because do I answer it from the perspective of a child who had a crush on other child stars?
Oh, my goodness.
And I sound like a pedophile?
You would answer this question this way.
Right? Or do I answer it as like a child who had a crush on who was an adult back then? But as a kid, you're attracted to other kids because you're a kid.
I mean, what are you going to say? Like
you didn't have to take it there, though.
So,
I mean, you really did it.
So I'm abstaining from this question.
I mean... I'm gonna say the way I thought about the question. I don't think I wrote this, but if I did, I mean, I'm looking at women that are too old for you at the age that you're at.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
As a kid, though.
As a kid.
As a kid, like you watch those Nickelodeon live action shows, right? Or like what have like Victorious or whatever, or Disney Channel, right? As a kid, you had a crush on like Miley Cyrus, right?
See, my crushes were always like
your crushes were always older.
Like Eva Mendes was for me, or
I feel you.
Okay,
like what 2005 Hitch, you know what I'm saying? Eva Mendes.
But by that time I was a little older.
Oh,
yeah.
So okay, so
I was a junior in high school when
I wasn't that old.
When you say childhood, what are you talking about?
So when I say childhood, I mean like probably 14 and under or 13 and under.
Yeah.
I was fifth grade. So
10 years old.
Eva
fifth
Mendes,
grade or 10 years old.
Paula Patton. I don't know. I've never been a big Woman Crush Wednesday guy.
Yeah.
As an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But as a child, I guess as like probably a fifth grader.
It's a weird question to answer. Who did you like as a kid? Who did you like attractive as a kid?
You gotta answer the question though.
All right, so okay, I can go on Eva Mendes. Yeah, she was really pretty.
Taking my answer, man. Come on.
The easy answer for me.
Snatching up answers and whatnot.
The easy answer. The easy answer for me was definitely Kate Winslet from Titanic.
Okay.
As a young child. A little older, she was the first pair of titties I ever saw.
Facts.
That I can remember.
I ain't mad at you for that.
As I got a little older, it was definitely Jennifer Aniston, like Bruce Almighty. She was, and she still looks that great. So for that, sure, yeah.
All right.
Jennifer Aniston's always a safe bet. She's always a smoke show.
A safe bet. Very nice.
To this day, she's sponsored by all the anti-aging products.
She is a fine wine. She does not consider aging a disease. The callback to last week.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Is aging a disease?
I had to cut that clip this morning, but that's good. That's good. All right, Christian. Next question.
All right. This is going to stir up some controversy between the iPhone and the Android users, because I've heard horror stories. Is the messenger more important than the message? Because I know that some girls, they get a green message and they're an iPhone user, they're just like, ew. Friends of mine have had that. I've had an iPhone for quite some time, but one of my best friends, he has, well, he's double bad. He doesn't have an Instagram. He doesn't have any. He has Facebook, and he also has an Android and has had an Android forever. So he gets flack from girls all the time.
Team Android, baby. Team Android all the way.
I mean, I used to be an Android user.
My man.
You don't need all that though.
My man.
You don't need all that.
No, but it's better.
It's better, but for what?
Here's what I'll say about like Android and iPhones and whatnot. It's two separate different languages, iPhone and Android.
It is.
I don't want to speak iPhone. I don't mind speaking Android.
Well, because with Android is a bunch of different languages. You can speak all of them. iPhone is just like, oh, you don't speak iPhone? Well, you can just go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Apple's a dick like that, especially with the adapters and the changing of ports.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's a lot. In another few years, they're going to come up with something else. And the thing is, Apple, with all of their product differentiation, you're going to have to throw away all your iHomes. Mm-hmm. And all the things that come along with Apple.
Because I like how you took this question. I like how you took this question that way, because that is not the intent of as it was written.
So what was the intent the way that you wrote?
The intent was just like, is the person who is saying something more important than what they're actually saying?
Right. See, I'm such a techie. That's the way I took it.
But that's the glory of the show, because you could it's just however you interpret it. So for me,
how you want to, man.
Like,
I have a bigger role than I thought I did.
Right. So like if Don Lemon says something on TV, it has a way different meaning than if Tucker Carlson says the exact same thing.
Absolutely. Those are polar opposites.
No, but they can say they can both say racism is bad, right? But it means two completely different things from no matter who says it.
I mean, does Tucker Carlson say that?
No.
Maybe off air.
I don't think he's.
Maybe. Hey.
He's like, I don't want to. I don't want to.
What you do off air though?
He's like, I don't want to alienate my base.
Right, but is the messenger who is delivering this message more important than the actual message?
So this is a two-part.
Yeah, Tupac. Like, it's like, fuck it. Let's go back to Paul Revere, right? Paul Revere did not deliver the message, right? It was another guy, but Paul Revere gets all the credit. His messenger was more important than the message.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the way I see it, I think of it in terms of podcasting and stuff. The message is always more important than the messenger.
It should be, but I don't think it is.
It's more so along the lines of just like, I'm trying to convey something to the entire world, and I want you to hear this message. It's going to come from me, but the message to me is always more important than who's saying it, because we got quotables throughout history.
Yeah,
and everybody repeats those from time to time. I'm
thinking of the question a whole nother way now.
Yeah, right?
Well, I'm thinking of it because I'm a music guy.
Yep.
Excuse me. I'm taking it to what makes a popular artist these days. It's not just the words and the music. These days, in the era of social media, what do you what kind of hair do you have? How do you dress?
Just how crazy are you?
Like the social proof.
Yeah.
It's me as an aspiring artist, I'm like, damn, I gotta grow dreads and dye in purple to blow up. Like my music could be good, but I need to do something wild, like one single, like dookie braid that just comes out the center of my head, type of thing.
Old Coolio stuff.
You know,
dude,
think about
Coolio, man,
like
Keenan
the
and Kel,
Weeknd,
my man.
like the Weeknd.
Yeah,
I feel like people like the Weeknd less.
I fucking hate the Weeknd.
Now that he cut his hair,
no,
and looks kind of crazy.
I forgot he cut his hair.
Yo, he looks he looks crazy now.
Dude,
he looks crazy.
I liked the Weeknd, but then he had all the plastic surgery and his face looks all weird.
Oh, that's plastic surgery? I thought he just got uglier once he cut his hair.
No, he got like a new
some hairstyles, like James Harden without a beard. You need that beard, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
I do not ever want to see James Harden without a beard, bro.
Like
I'm not prepared to see that.
Ross without the beard, it's not pretty.
But I do like your music analogy, because Kanye West definitely sold way more albums and his music was arguably way worse in his latest album. But because he's out of his mind and Pete Davidson's smashing his wife and he went crazy about it, he definitely sold more albums. So The Messenger.
True.
So Zach, you are correct. The message should be more important than the messenger, but that's not the world we live in. The world we live in is, okay, who is telling me what I don't want to hear? That's what's more important.
What's more polarizing?
Yeah, exactly. Like it generally drives me nuts. Like I just thought about politics literally yesterday. It's just like, take any election in the past 10 years, 12 years. It's no longer who you vote for. It's who you vote against.
Yeah,
right?
I noticed that.
Politics has gotten really ugly.
With the honestly, with the exception of Donald Trump, he is the only person that people will actually vote for. To some extent, like 20 or 30% of Republicans will vote for Donald Trump. 100% of Democrats will vote against Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like no one voted for Joe Biden; they voted against Trump. Again, what's more important, the message or the messenger?
Well, I'd say against your kind of to play devil's advocate.
Please,
you voted for Hillary?
No, I didn't.
No, I'm saying not you.
No, exactly.
Not you, but I'm saying you said everyone else except Trump. But I think during that time period, like the Hillary thing, like, oh, you voted for Hillary?
I think. I think.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
You get what I'm saying here? It's just like it even applied.
Like you're not going to give one for Hillary.
It applied in that. It's like, oh, you can't trust her. The email thing.
Yeah.
I think it even applies to that situation.
Sure.
Now I feel you on that.
But I would say a bunch of people also didn't vote for Hillary. It was they voted again against Trump.
Right.
Because everyone was like, well, she's bad, but he's worse. Like, yeah, but she's still bad. You know what I mean?
Negativity spreads faster. That's the way humans cling on to negativity is fascinating.
And it's something that drives me crazy, right? Because
but it's the media.
It's the media. I mean, Joe Rogan gets a slap too, right? Joe Rogan can say something that's completely natural and normal, like, hey, maybe you should work out more and help you fight COVID.
Yeah.
But since he's the one saying it, it's like the fucking devil crawled out of his dick and said it.
It's like he doesn't believe in science.
Like, no, actually, he does believe in science.
He's saying
working out his science.
Be better, be in better physical and physical health.
Like, he's saying something that shouldn't be controversial. Oh, and by the way,
like
a few years before, like in 2016, Fauci That Fauci.
Oh, people hate Fauci. A lot of people hate Fauci.
But Fauci was being interviewed.
It's on site if I see him.
Well before COVID, Fauci was being interviewed, right? And someone was like, hypothetically, if the pandemic was going to happen, what should we do? You know what Fauci said? Diet and exercise.
Well, yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, it's like some of this stuff should
like,
really be so obvious.
So when he says it's fine, but when Rogan says it, he's the Antichrist. Again,
common sense is common nowadays, unfortunately.
It drives me nuts. So, like, I know we're 3 dudes on a podcast, guys. Let's fix the world. How can we fix this problem?
You want me to answer that question?
Yeah, no, I don't, because there is no answer.
I got
a few, but
that beat of silence was the answer. Next question.
You see me out.
That's like saying if I were actually president, y'all don't want me to be president. I'm gonna put that out there right now to the entire world. If I ever run for president, do not vote for me. I will try.
Bro, we're podcasters. We're never getting public office. We've said crazy shit on the internet, all right?
You never know.
No, not me.
There's one person who I think could do it, though.
Dude, I think I started podcasting so I can make sure I never can run for office.
Fair enough. True. Yeah, that's too much baggage, right? You're right. Yeah, now I'm thinking about all the stuff I said over the past, 4 years I've been doing this, and I'm like, that would come out real quick.
Well, Christian,
Nah.
how did you get iPhone and Android out of this question?
It just...
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I see where you're coming from. It's just I don't know how you got there.
It's because I have a good friend of mine who's been plagued by sending green messages to girls who wanted to show up as blue.
Yeah, no, girls will just...
They get real, and because he told me that he's like, yo... He's like, it's quiet for me. Maybe for you. He's like, because I have an Android and I don't have an Instagram, and these girls are like Insta girls, and I'm just like, oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, no, a girl will not.
They're really getting judged by not the color of your skin, but the color of your message.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's good.
That's
good. That's good. Yeah, for them, it's like if
I have a dream that Android users and iPhone users can send messages and show up as the same color.
Preach!
Brother. Oh man! All right, that was good.
That's good. That's fun.
That's some clickbait right there.
That's the glory of this podcast, man. That's gonna trend on TikTok. I can't wait.
Yes.
All right, next question.
Let's do it.
Next question.
What we got?
You have 1 year to visit all 50 states. Which state do you visit last? I'm visiting Indiana last, and I don't know if you guys.
Why Indiana?
Because that's where the KKK was formed.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair, okay.
All right.
I mean,
that's a good answer.
That was nowhere near my bottom 5 because, which state would I visit last? Honestly, if I'm being really, really truthful with myself, Jersey's last. And I'll say it like this: Have you been to Jersey?
He grew up in Jersey,
but I grew up in Jersey. I'm Jersey born, so
okay,
I would want that to be my last stop.
That's a good answer.
My grandma and my sister and all that. I would save Jersey for last still.
Yeah, I will add the caveat: you cannot pick the state you currently live in. That's cheating.
Good. That's good.
I did ask that question to my friends to see to kind of test see how this question would go on the podcast. And he was like, "Oh, Tennessee, I live there." I'm like, "Nash, fuck you." Well, that's a stupid answer. All right.
Weak sauce.
Again, the prompt is just okay, out of all 50 states, which one do you just not want to go to? So I don't know. It has to be one of the flyover states. Indiana's a pretty good one.
I need a U.S. map. I'm bad at geography.
I don't know.
Someone say Kansas, to be honest.
I was gonna say Kansas. One
of the Dakotas.
Have you ever driven through Kansas?
No, I don't need to. There's nothing there.
Don't.
What about what's in Idaho?
Potatoes.
I mean, other than that.
More potatoes.
Boise State football.
White people. A lot of white people. So many whites. Got some of them poor whites, too.
Oh, damn.
Nothing scarier than a poor white.
So what's your answer,
you don't know
Will?
what condition they in, though.
Me? I don't know. It's got to be one of the Dakotas.
You know what? Let's
South.
make this interesting. Let's make this easier.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Alaska, Hawaii is also a good one because it's just so out of the way.
Yeah.
But I've heard nothing but good things. You got a full year, right? You have a full year to go to all 50 states. So you gotta plan this shit out. You're gonna start in the state you're currently in. So Zach, you'll be in Colorado. Christian and I will be in Jersey. So you gotta plan out. Say, you could do a month in New York. You could do a month and a half in Cali. drive through Texas because that counts, right? And like that kind of a planning. So I think the state I would do last definitely has to have a major airport. It has to be somewhere I'd actually want to visit.
So you're getting strategic.
Yeah, you know what? Massachusetts.
I feel you.
I'm thinking.
I'm gonna do the opposite of Zach.
I might do West Virginia.
Yeah, go punch Joe Manchin.
Or Utah. I don't know if I'd really. Am I interested in Utah?
Go punch Mitt Romney. all the
trying to
Mormons.
hook up on people today. What the hell?
No, I would do the opposite of Zach. I would go to Massachusetts last because my family's there. To spend the last week visiting my family and then take a plane back to.
I mean, I would want to go.
Jersey.
I would want to go to Alaska though.
I'd probably okay. So it's a full year, right? It depends on the time of year as well. So let's say if it was right now, July 11th, 7-Eleven day, you hop on a plane that's not canceled. And I would probably fly to a place that's good for the summer, like Florida or Cali.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then winter, or maybe like come fall, I would go to Vermont and New Hampshire for the changing of the leaves and shit.
Nice time of year to do that.
Yeah, come winter time, I mean, I'd hit up Zach in Colorado. I don't ski or anything, but
I'm looking at this map. I've been to small fraction.
Yeah, I haven't been to a lot of the states. I've been all up and down the East Coast. I've been in New Orleans. I landed in Houston, and I went to Florida twice. So that's about it.
You see, Florida, South Carolina, lived there 3 years. Been to Texas, Maryland. Been to New York, Maine, New Hampshire, Colorado.
Which is your favorite?
Ooh, honestly, I'm not even gonna front. It's actually Maine. Maine is my hands. Like when you get there, if you go in the summer, it's fantastic.
Yeah, Maine's a good spot.
A lot of people will think there's not a lot going on in Maine, but there is. You just gotta know where to go.
Right.
Because everybody will just go to Portland and shit and just hang out there, but never go actually inland. And, go see towns like Raymond, Naples, Poland, and all that stuff, and actually go around.
But there's a Poland.
There's a lot to do in Maine.
There's a Poland,
depending
Maine.
on time of year.
There's a Poland, Maine.
Yes, where actually the Poland spring water is made.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Did not know that.
I laughed when I saw it.
Did not know that.
Dude,
I saw the sign. I'm just like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
I am 50% Polish, and I had no idea it was a Poland. I knew Poland. I knew Poland Spring didn't come from Poland because, duh, why would it? That's just ridiculous.
Right. We're importing our water.
We're importing
from Poland.
all of our water from Warsaw. All right, that's where all our water comes from.
It's just boats full
the
of
oasis,
gallons of water.
The oasis, thriving oasis known as Poland.
It's like, yeah, the bodies of water connect somehow.
Yeah, right.
Yep, 100%. And actually, I think there is a Warsaw in Maine. I'm not going to front.
There might be.
Wow. There's a big Polish influence there, huh?
Yeah,
and Polacks.
A little bit.
I used to go camping in Maine. Yeah, Maine's a good spot. I definitely spent a lot of time in Maine.
Yeah, I
would recommend everybody go check it out.
Like I saw Christians went straight to the Klan. He's like, "Oh, fuck Indiana, the Klan's there."
Yeah, I mean, I've walked on the ice on the lakes and whatnot.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because the thing is, when I don't have an answer, I'll just put comedy into it.
That's fine. That's totally acceptable.
It's a scapegoat.
Yeah.
It works out in your favor.
And that's fun. All right, next question. What we got?
Next question. I try to scroll for questions before you say next question. Okay, we're gonna get technical on this. How many pennies could you fit in a bathtub?
How many pennies?
A standard size bathtub.
Well, we want to look that up first.
Are we talking about just actual pennies, or are we talking about rolls of pennies?
Just pennies.
Just pennies. So you break the rolls and you throw them in.
Okay.
How many pennies do you think you could fit in a bathtub? We have to Google it, but let's get the
size of a bathtub.
The cubic. What's the cubic feet? Yeah. Like that's the area of a bathtub. The area of your traditional American standard bathtub. I need loads of toilets, but still.
Around 60. You know what? Let me pull it up on the screen here.
60 inches long. How deep?
Okay.
All right, so 30 inches wide, 14 to 16 inches high, and around 60 inches long. So that's 60 by 30 by 15. That's a lot of pennies, dude.
That's a lot of pennies.
60 inches long, 30 inches wide. So that's it's 5 feet long. It's 2.5 feet wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, because that's I'm gonna go about $500,000.
$500,000? I was thinking between 200,000 and 300,000.
I'm definitely thinking $500,000 right now.
That's a lot of pennies.
It's funny because you guys are smart enough to jump to a higher.
What do you think? Like a few thousand?
No. Because I was gonna say the amount of. I was like, you're saying 300,000 pennies?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying $300,000 worth of pennies. I was like, I don't know about that.
No, 300,000 pennies. So that'd be what? That'd be what? $3,500? Give or take.
Quick math.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just move the decimal point.
Move the decimal point.
Yeah. So I'm gonna guess 350,000 pennies. That's so many. No, that can't be right. Dude, that's so many pennies.
That's not it.
Dude, that's so. Think about.
I'm gonna say
so many pennies, dude.
I'm gonna say 3,500.
And the drain's plugged, of course. The drain's plugged.
It's like you gotta count the drain. I'm gonna.
We're talking about drains now.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I'll go 35,000.
35,000.
35,000 pennies.
I'm gonna say 3,500.
All right. Google it. Let's see what Google comes up with.
How many pennies?
Well,
I'm gonna be way off. This is like the worst
you want to look at half million pennies? You want to look at 500,000 pennies, dude?
$500,000.
Dude, you probably fit this whole studio with that many pennies.
Let's see.
That's like a truck
we're not getting a clear answer here, so we're gonna have to do some searching. Let's see. We'll fit inside an average.
What we got here? Because what you would do is you would take like the
slightly less than $2,000.
So $2,000. Slightly less than $2,000.
Oh no, but they said there would be 190.
Because what you would do is you would take like the area of a penny and then do the math with the area of a bathtub.
Yeah.
They're saying 190,400 pennies.
190,000 pennies.
I don't think that's
not bad.
I don't think that's true.
Dude, I don't know if I believe that either. That's so many pennies.
That's so many pennies.
Sus.
That's so many fucking pennies, dude.
I mean, that would kind of mean that you're like 190,000 times the size of a penny. That's kind of what it would mean, almost, because the bathtub's a little bit bigger than you. But
true.
Almost. I don't like that one.
I got to do my own research on this one. This is the thing of I'm blaming the messenger. How many?
I feel like what he really means is this site, because I'm just regurgitating what it says here.
How much should you fill it? Dude,
he was just saying what was given to him.
That's fair. How many pennies make a square foot? All right, so if you lay pennies very close, tight together, it'd be about 278 pennies per square foot. All right, so you got to multiply that. So 278, that's 1 foot times the 60 by 15 by whatever. Maybe. Okay, 100, almost 200,000 pennies.
Fair enough.
All right, dude. I mean, hey, let's call Bill Nye. Maybe he knows.
Bill Nye, the science guy,
or Mythbusters. Also,
call Beekman.
Yeah, let's call Scrooge McDuck. I'm sure he'll know.
He know.
Motherfucker dives.
If anyone knows, it's gonna be Scrooge.
Motherfucker dives head first in the pennies. Wouldn't that hurt?
Oh yeah.
Like, would you jump into a bathtub full of pennies?
Absolutely not. No.
You wouldn't even go in. Dude, you would just hit and just hurt yourself.
You couldn't even get, like, say you got in there and like started swimming around a little bit. You couldn't even shower afterwards because it's full of pennies. You couldn't even bathe.
And you'd stink.
You know, the amount of cleaning you're gonna have.
Dude, you'd be diseased. You know how dirty fucking pennies are.
You'd smell so bad.
You'd smell awful.
Like, what's the worst smelling coin? What's the worst smelling coin? This is like an expansion. I think nickels smell pretty bad.
True.
Well,
I guess it would depend what material it's made out of.
Because like what smells worse? Like a what are they? They're not copper anymore. They're like bronze pennies.
I mean, they're actually not made of nickel anymore. Like they're actually like the coins aren't actually made of like material. Like, might as well be plastic at this point.
Yeah, it's like silver plated, isn't it?
I would guess pennies. I mean, have you ever seen like a clean penny? They always look dirty as fuck.
A clean penny looks alright.
A brand new clean penny, very pretty. It's very pretty. It's a shiny, good old Lincoln looking at you without the bullet hole in his head.
Abe with the side of his head.
Yeah,
you know?
It's an Abe giving you a wink.
Oh, boy.
Honest Abe. All
Honest
right.
Abe,
I know,
give me that
I
wink,
feel
though. It's
like
something different at that point.
if you just took a handful of pennies and just went, you'd be like just grossed out forever.
You literally might like get high real quick.
Smoke a penny. Yeah,
Just to forget about the penny.
You got to put one coin in your bong and smoke it. What coin are you putting in there? And tell me why it's a $50.
I was about to say $50.
Yo, speaking of $50, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. I pulled up to a toll booth. I have Easy Pass, but my bounce was low, right? So I'm pulling up to the toll, and I'm like, okay, I got all these quarters. I pull up to it. I didn't see it before driving in. It says dollar coins only. Who the hell? Who the hell carries dollar coins?
Where is this at?
So I caught a violation because I put quarters in it.
Where do they do that at? What the hell?
In Jersey, right by my house. I was like,
oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
he said, "Oh, that makes sense, Montclair, Bougie Montclair." Like, but yeah,
that's ridiculous.
That makes me sad.
I couldn't believe it. I should have took a picture of it. I was like,
for real, that would have been
dollar coins.
It's like, but the toll is
like to have a dollar coin. It's like something special.
The toll is $3.50.
Yeah,
well, I feel like this one was like, and they were ripping you off because I feel like the toll was like 50 cents. It's like, you gonna give us a whole $1.
Yeah, it's like
it's not like it gives you change.
Yeah, it's not working a toll. They don't give you change.
And the person behind you.
You covering both of them.
Nope.
Yep.
They don't.
This is not a good deed for the day. You getting jacked.
Can't do nothing about it.
That is a jack.
Toll booths in general.
Municipal government.
Yo, toll booths is a scam.
It's a tax.
Toll
booths, for real.
Dude, not even that.
Without question.
It's a double tax. We already pay taxes for the roads. What are we paying tolls for? It's a double tax.
Talk to him.
It's bullshit. Like, right?
Talk to him.
Not only that, not only do we pay talk. Take the GW Bridge or the Holland Tunnel or the Lincoln Tunnel. It's fucking $15 motherfucking dollars to go through that motherfucker.
16, bro.
$16. Right?
16.
So
16, bro.
Go through a tunnel.
Christian, Google this. How many cars go through the Lincoln Tunnel every motherfucking day? That's $16
You
per
said Lincoln Tunnel or GWB?
Either or both. The point's gonna be made both regardless.
If you want to.
Right? Like, think of how many cars go. Vehicles per day.
113,000.
That's
in 2016.
That's in 2016. So let's say it's let's say it's for shits and giggles 150,000.
Right.
You're getting $16 times 115,000 a day. My road should be paved with fucking gold.
Well, not to mention, this George Washington's 300,000.
300,000 vehicles a day.
How much is GW?
300,000. That's what we're looking at now.
No, how much is going across the GW Bridge?
I think it's like $16,
That's
$17.
16. That's what I was talking about.
16.
Okay.
Right? So, where's that money go?
Well, here's the other thing.
Have you seen New York roads? New York roads are fucking ass, bro.
Here's the other thing. New Yorkers that live in Manhattan, live in New York City, they pay a New York City tax.
Yeah, that too.
So they're really getting double tax.
Yeah, that covers the roads. Like you could theoretically say the same thing about the MTA.
Does it though?
Right, because you think about the MTA is public transport, so it should be publicly funded through taxation, not through fares. But let's be real. If they just took away all fares, the MTA would just never work.
Well,
so
do you know how
I'm not going to make that argument.
The MTA is so bankrupt?
Oh, I believe it.
And they have been for a very long time. There's always been somebody holding their hand and rescuing them because it's a necessary. They need transportation. People can't get around in New York otherwise.
Yeah, but tolls are bullshit. Like, it's crazy. My buddy lives in Tennessee. My buddies live in Tennessee. They have no tolls there.
No tolls.
Zero tolls because it's a drive-through state, right? Like, truckers drive through that state and transfer everything to north and south. It goes through Tennessee, right?
Yep.
And their roads are fucking perfect. I mean, perfect. There's no potholes.
Fantastic. And it's immaculate.
There's so much traffic going through there all the time. Their roads are phenomenal. But then you guys say Connecticut, who also has no toll booths, no tolls, and the roads are ass and the traffic is terrible. 1, because it's also a drive-through state in the tri-state area, and 2, because construction takes fucking forever because there's no tolls to help the funding.
For real.
Right.
So I just kind of made the point for tolls as well as against tolls, but bro, it's a waste of money, right? So you got 300,000 cars from the GW a day times say $16 per car. That's
$4.8 million
a day.
A day.
Where is that money going? I want fucking receipts. I want receipts.
The black budget. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? No, I don't mean like black people. I mean like black ops. Like, you know what I'm saying? Discretionary fund.
You don't ask for it though.
It's going to the Cuomo's. It's going to the Cuomo's.
Oh yeah, we should have put a question about that on there.
We just answered it. It's fine. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Not the Cuomo situation.
Ask the question. Okay, ask a question about the Cuomo's. I can rant about the Cuomo's for hours. I hate the Cuomo's. I'd
rather ask if you'd sell pictures of your feet.
That's the next question. Would you sell pictures of your feet? Not my feet.
No.
Not my feet.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. I think I got some pretty feet. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yo, real Christian. Has either of your parents ever told you like, "Oh, you got pretty feet"?
Nah, not my parents, but I've had like girls say like, "You got nice feet."
I don't. My feet,
and that's like a really nice compliment coming from like a woman. You know?
Yeah, my feet are disgusting. I'm looking at them right now, and
you wear socks everywhere.
I do because
Man does not own a flip flop anywhere.
I went to
slide, nothing.
So do you? I gotta stir the pot a little bit. Do you have fear? Like I know you have a girlfriend now, but when you were single
yes.
man,
yep,
and it was the first time it was about to go down.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You keeping the socks on?
Oh no, sex with socks on is regular for me. Still, always. You
got the Timbs on too. Like.
I'll take the Timbs off. I'll take the Timbs off. When I enter the house,
there's some shades.
When I enter,
P-Hub, like what you doing?
When I enter the house, shoes always come off.
Right.
Like honestly, I live alone. Like I my socks are always off too. But like, I have my dermatologist called it really bad athlete's foot, which is ironic because I'm not a fucking athlete. So like. He was like, oh, yeah, I can give this antibiotic, but, you know, it'll work. But once you want to have antibiotic, it'll just come back. Now it's just like, so there's no point fixing it. He's like, yeah, no, not really.
The more you talk about this, the more I'm thinking, like, his feet must look crazy.
Dude, they're just, I'll show you if you want, but it's like each one of my toes. Like, dude, it got
give the people what they want.
It got so bad. Like, nobody asked me to put where
I'm not here.
There's been nobody to put where I overlay a picture of my feet, but I'm not going to do that to the people. I'm not that mean. But like
overlay a picture of your feet.
It got to the point where my right foot, the big toe, the nail had so much fungus, the whole nail came off. It just ripped off.
How does that even happen?
I was probably picking at it, but like
fungus.
Yeah, like it's under the toenails. Like you're like on your fingernails, you get like the pink. Like on your toenails, you get the pink. Yeah, there's no pink left. It's just nail, but it's just all fungus.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's fucking gross. So I will never sell pictures of my feet.
Let me get a shot. Let me get a shot of Zach. Say that one more time.
Nah.
You said that's disgusting. That's
disgusting.
That's not it.
So I will not be selling pictures of my feet. However,
I never even answered the question. I just said I think I got pretty feet.
I mean, I personally don't believe in OnlyFans. Honestly, I think during the pandemic, though, the come up was real. Let's get one thing straight: the come up was hella real. But at this point in the game, like, so
I wouldn't, because I would just. That's a new low. That would be a new low for Christian.
That's a whole different world right there.
I don't know,
it's
dude.
Like, yo, you down to selling your pictures of your feet, bro?
Well, hear me out. Okay.
Like, I just you down bad.
Hear me out.
I just made like $2,000 yesterday, bro. What you mean?
I got a friend who convinced his girlfriend, because it's just feet. No one knows who you are. You're completely anonymous. If I had nice feet, I would probably do it.
So it's finally nice to put a face to the foot.
also too, like if you have a niche foot.
Oh, that's a pickup line right there.
It's finally nice to put a face to the foot.
If you have a niche foot, that's like, you know, if you're from a different part of the world, your foot looks different. Like your toes are different shapes. So like, for example, my foot, my big toe is the longest, and then like my second two toes are a little longer than my third and fourth toe, but not by much. It's pretty close. But like,
you spend a lot of time looking at your feet, man.
Yeah, dude. I got to cut them often. So but like people
maintenance.
People in like South America or who are West Indian, their second toe is longer than the big toe. And if you're Egyptian or Middle Eastern, it's like a straight line down, right? It's just like a bar, like a line chart. So if you have a niche foot that will sell because it's different, because all white people pretty much have the same feet. If you have a niche foot, it could work. You could make a lot of money selling your feet.
Yeah.
Just trim your toenails.
What
dirty boy.
It's a hard no for you, Zach?
It's a hard no.
He's
not
like
never.
All right. Let's next question. What parts of astrology do you find the most believable, if any? I think
none.
None.
Yeah, me too. None.
Like here's the thing. Like I recognize. Yes, I am an Aquarius.
Me too, man.
I humbly understand that. Okay, like don't get it twisted. But like when when people start talking about it, I immediately check out.
Yep.
100%. I'm just like, because y'all definitely we're talking about
like
planets.
I think the problem is
people was like science class all over again. I ain't got time for that.
I think people take it too far. I think there is some. I think there's some credence that can be lended to it. Like, I think a group of a specific sign, they do have similar traits. But what I don't like is when you're being a certain way or someone else is being a certain way. They're like, oh, they're being such an Aquarius right now, and I'm like, word. Like, word. That's.
Did the stars tell you that?
You
really?
know what I'm saying?
The stars told you that? Did they now?
The Big Dipper told you that?
See,
well, we talk astrology. It's just like, I mean, I know some Capricorns. I know some. I don't know a lot of Aquariuses though.
Yeah,
so we got two right
here.
here.
February, baby.
We got two right. Actually,
January.
January. My bad. I'm February. So here's the thing. Excuse me.
I think it's a guide. It's not a hard science.
I mean, here's the thing with astrology.
Zach,
Zach,
there's like a certain line that you can meet in terms of astrology, but once you cross that line and start going into like,
just like, they did that. They acted like that because they were a Taurus. And it's like, okay, now you're taking it too far.
Exactly.
You fucked my order up. That's
we have free will, and it's just like, okay, let's say I'm a Scorpio, but your parents aren't Scorpios. Maybe your friends aren't Scorpios. It's like you got nature and nurture.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, the stars don't make your personality, but this is what I will say about astrology. What I do like about astrology, and Zach, you'll appreciate this.
Okay.
I compare being a liker of astrology to being a wrestling fan. It's totally okay to like. It's okay to follow. It's okay to love, but God damn it, you have to admit it's fake. You have to. You have to. You can't be like, no, you can't be like, wrestling's a real sport, guys. It's completely real. No, like, you can enjoy it. There's nothing, if you like astrology.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I'll read them every once in a while,
yeah, dude,
in the paper
it's
or whatnot.
Fun. It's entertainment. It's a pseudoscience at best. But you can't be like, no, this is real.
You got the people that get into compatibility, like, oh, you're this? Oh, that's not happening.
Like, here's actually a funny story. When myself and Ms. YLP started dating and whatnot, we talked about that to an extent. Talked about it, and we were just like looking at it and just like, okay, we are compatible on these levels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it works out. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I could be an Aquarius, you could be this. But at the end of the day, it's like, are you just compatible just to be compatible, or are you just using the astrology to actually be the crutch for it?
Yeah. Or like, you know those memes. It's like an Aries be like, and it's like it's something.
Oh, I hate those.
You could take out Aries, put in Cancer, send it to someone else, and they'll be like, "Yup, that's right." And you can do that. You can do that for all of them. They're all interchangeable.
Wait, Will, question. Have you guys seen the Taco Bell commercial where they were actually like, you know, like, oh, you're cutting your burrito in half. You're such a Pisces or a Libra or whatever the hell they said.
Right.
And she's like, oh, you got Gemini vibes. Well, I'm like, we really
this is a Taco Bell commercial.
when I'm about to DoorDash that.
This is a Taco Bell commercial?
Dead ass.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, you can look it up. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
I believe you. I totally believe it. They'll do anything for cash. But yeah, I mean, astrology is fun. I mean, the thing is, though, the stars, like, the actual stars part of it, and, like, how stars line, like, you know, like, it's like I think right now it's, like, Capri Sun Moon or whatever. So, like, that stuff is legit because, like, you know, they built pyramids based off the stars or, like, how they're aligned up with the stars. Like, that stuff is all real. It's just called astronomy. They just got it. They just pronounced it wrong.
Ah.
That's the only thing I actually.
So much hate from this portion of the program.
Oh, I can't wait,
oh my
dude.
God,
Bring it on. Bring it on. Yo, if all my astrology buffs, I love you. I want the heat. I want the heat. I called it a Capri Sun on purpose, you bitch.
Yo. Real
I'm an asparagus.
What is your stance on Karens, though? Like, how do y'all feel about Karens?
I'm not naming my daughter Karen. That's for damn sure.
I think they exist, and I'm lucky to live in a town where they be calling Karens out. Like white people. Okay. White people be calling out other Karen. Like, you know, well, not other. They be calling out Karens.
There you go.
You know, and I appreciate that. There was actually, you know, I'm not going to get into it. It's a long story. It's a long story. Have you guys, are we done with this?
Yeah, let's do one more. Then we can wrap it up.
Okay. This one I actually have played. Have you ever played Jack and Daxter games?
Oh, fuck yeah.
PlayStation 3 for me.
PlayStation 2, baby.
PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3.
Yeah. I played the remaster on the PS4, too. Now,
I forgot what... Never?
You weren't a PS2? You weren't a PlayStation guy?
I was a PS guy, but I was never into that. I was more of a Final Fantasy dude.
Bro, okay.
I mean, these games are like... super long.
Naughty Dog, dude.
Jack and Daxter?
So here's the thing. You know what, Christian? I think we should shelf this question.
We'll shelf that one.
We'll shelf next week when it's just me and you. We'll talk all about Naughty Dog, baby.
I wish he was here for Free in the Nipple. That was a good question.
That was a good question. But Christian, did you play the Final Fantasy games?
A little bit. I dabbled. Right. I didn't play the entire game, but I have played at certain points.
Final Fantasy X is my shit.
7's mine.
I love, dude. I couldn't play 7 because I did. Well, here's the thing. I bought
7 is long.
It's 3 discs on a PlayStation 1. All right, that's how fucking long it is. Right?
Where's every penny?
And they remastered the first third of the game on PS5 or PS4.
Yep.
And then they just released it late last year on the PC. So I just finished it not too long ago. And I'm like, oh, this game is incredible. It's so incredible. 10's still better, but it's fucking incredible. So I got to finish the whole game. But the Final Fantasy, dude, the series is incredible. Final Fantasy 15 was very disappointing to me. Fun game.
Oh, no.
Loved it. But the problem was, Zach, I don't know if you played it, but
no, I haven't.
It got to a point, because it's open world, right? Which is really cool.
Yep.
But it got to a point in the game, like maybe 2/3 of the way through the main storyline, where it's like you leave the main world and go and like fight this boss, but then you don't go back to the open world until the end of the game.
That makes no sense.
It's such a buzzkill. It was such a buzzkill. That's like,
you're doing all of that in the main world. Go to the open world, and you don't go back until the end of it.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, I had so many side quests, and I just never went back. One needed to go back and finish it, but I just never went back.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, but that's it. All right, Christian, one more question that's not to do with Jack and Daxter, but Jack and Daxter, I'm glad you asked that question because I love Jack and Daxter.
Great game.
Great game.
What's the worst part about being stupid? I think it's not knowing that you're stupid.
Hey man, you answered, so you're stupid.
I think it's not knowing. That you're stupid.
No, that's the best part. That's the best part about being stupid. The best part about being a moron is that you're a moron.
You have no idea that
nothing applies to you. The worst,
and if you recognize it too, it's just so much easier for your life.
The worst part about being stupid is that other people also know you're stupid.
Yep, and they expect you to be stupid.
Yeah. My buddy Tom, fucking idiot, but he's one of my favorite people in the entire world. I love that man to death. I would eat a bullet for Tom. but the kid's a moron.
I love the people that are academically smart, but just like realistically stupid people.
Oh, they're book smart, not street smart.
But
It's
not
even
yeah.
street. It's just more like common sense.
Yeah.
Or like emotional intelligence.
That's why I say common sense isn't common.
That's what my father. That's what my father used to always say. I'd say like lacking emotional intelligence, lacking common sense, but could give you all the fun facts and go on Jeopardy and kill.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just remember, man, ignorance is bliss. So if you're stupid, you're living in heaven.
Stupid.
You're stupid, bruh.
You are living in a great time right now.
Dude, I wish sometimes I didn't know as much as I did about certain things. Like, I wish I didn't know as much of my feet as much as I do. But I do. I wish I was completely ignorant to my feet.
Oh my God.
I mean, you really broke down your feet a couple moments ago, man.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
For real.
someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. My dog ain't doing
Apparently it's you.
My dog's like, hey, I'm not touching those feet, man. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Like, dog like looked down and was just like,
Nope.
This ain't it.
Nope.
Walks away, looks at you in disgust.
We're going to need to get you a specialist.
Dude, I went to a specialist. I went to a dermatologist. He was just like, yeah, I mean.
For your feet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I guess I got not on oncologist.
Yeah, that podiatrist real quick.
Yeah. But yeah, being stupid. Sometimes it's great. But the worst part about being stupid is how it affects other people. I guess especially like say you're a D student, but not because you're lazy. It's just because you just don't understand. I'm just saying, like, you try hard. You don't have some kind of disorder. You're just stupid, and it's like there's nothing you can do about it. Like, that sucks, because that gotta suck for you too. Because like, man, my parents are just like, they're proud of me, but they're lying.
And it's funny because like you think these are proud of me, but they're lying. You think that like no person can be truly stupid. Like, I mean, at least that's what I think until I meet like a genuinely stupid person.
Yeah.
But it's that moment when you realize like they're stupid and you're just like, yo, they're really damn stupid right now.
And believe me, on this podcast and other podcasts, I sound really stupid.
But we're excluding like, actual disorders here.
No, yeah, we're not
making fun of people.
No, we are excluding the mentally handicapped, of course.
It's like they might be like right on that line, but they haven't crossed it.
Yeah, we're not counting people on the spectrum. We're not counting people with Asperger's.
Right on like stupid, and then that crossing the line, but it's right.
It's like, nah, bro, you don't have any disorders.
you're just stupid. You're just dumb.
That's it.
I mean, we all have those friends. We all have those friends who are dumb as bricks. I mean, maybe sometimes, dude. Sometimes the worst about being stupid is being a stupid and also being a woman. It makes it even worse. If you're a stupid woman, dude, just no one wants anything to do with you.
Oh wow.
And it's a rough life being that dumb chick, and we all know that dumb chick in college. It's like, how did you get in here? How did you get in here? It's like, yo, you
Legally Blonde type stuff.
Yeah, so you're just stupid.
It's like, you got into Harvard? What? Like, it's hard?
Yeah.
It's like, oh Lord,
yeah.
help me.
But I think that wraps it up, gentlemen. This was a fun show. Christian, how long did we go? A little over an hour?
We're at 59 minutes and 40 seconds right now.
Boom.
And counting.
It goes dynamite. All right. All right. Well, actually, I lied. Final question always goes to the guest. Zach, anything you've ever wanted to ask me, or Christian for this matter? Anything? I know we had that one in the beginning, but we have a fresh one.
Fresh one. Ooh. Fresh. I wasn't thinking of the fresh one.
It can be a personal question. Okay. It could be an unknown unannounced question. It could be anything. The last question always goes to the guest.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody basically always has that moment where they realize this is what I know I want to do.
Love this
For
question.
both of y'all, when did you realize that moment?
We're going split screen on this one.
All right, Christian, you go first.
My story sounds like it was out of a movie. It sounds completely unbelievable. I was 8 years old, and I started listening. That's probably around the time I started listening to hip-hop music for the first time. Mm-hmm. Growing up, my parents listened to oldies and soul records and funk records and all that types of stuff. And I listened to a lot of pop and what was, on at the time when I was growing up at that age, kindergarten, first, second grade. And it was second grade. I was 8 years old. I started listening to hip hop music, and I made a decision. I can't tell you exactly what day it was, but I knew that I wanted to rap. I wanted to make music, and I went to the school store, didn't eat lunch that day, took my $3 and bought myself a little notepad.
Nice.
And from that day, I stuck with it. I mean, up until now, I still do music. And I knew that I wanted to do music. And then out of necessity, I taught myself engineering because I started so young. I was recording on cassette tapes on a $5 mic from Five Below. And then I upgraded and leveled up a little bit by little, got good equipment, got better microphones, got better interfaces. And I couldn't pay for a studio, so I taught myself how to engineer, and I got tired of paying for beats, so I taught myself how to produce. But since that day, I've been all about the music. Second grade, 8 years old.
That's good. So you're lucky that you knew exactly what you want to do from a young age. Like, I genuinely feel bad for people who just don't know what they want to do. Like, if you are graduating high school and you know you want to go to college, but you don't know what for, like, I'm sorry. Like, that must be terrible. Because I consider myself very lucky I didn't have that. I always knew something in the creative sphere. I've always been creative. Writing was something I was pretty good at. I'm better than I give myself credit for. I just don't actually, I like writing, but the hardest part of writing to me is to sit down and start writing. Like, once I start and I'm in the flow, I'm in there. Like, you see all these list of questions. I start going. The hardest part of writing is writing. Like, duh. But communications, radio, podcasting, that kind of field, a little more specific and honing it in, was my freshman year of high school. My brother is 3 years older than me, so we were touring colleges. And we went to Syracuse. He was looking at Syracuse. We walk around campus, and my dad goes, "Hey, Will, you see that building over there? That's a school of comm, a school of communications." He goes, "Bob Costas went there." And around that time, I was watching Ken Burns' baseball documentary series, like the 11-part series. And Bob Costas was a feature on there because he's a huge baseball guy. And Bob Costas is like one of the most famous people in broadcasting history. Does the Olympics, Super Bowls, World Series, everything. So he was on the MLB Network a lot. So I was watching a lot of MLB Network, and I saw a lot of Bob Costas on TV. So right then and there I go, that's what I want to do. I want to go to that school. I want to go to the School of Comm. So I knew I wanted to do communication, would turn into journalism, would turn into radio, would turn into podcasting. But I've always known exactly what I wanted to do because just something clicked in my brain.
And it's fortunate to, like, to your point, to know what, not only what you want to do, but to find out that you're good at it.
Yeah.
At a young age.
Yeah.
Like, and the kind of the same thing with my story is that it was something creative, like you said. I used to dance. I used to be some dancing jelly bean, couldn't stay still, Chris Brown pop locking all over the place, little kid. And after dance, it was music. I tried different instruments, but it was always sound. Even when I was like, 3 years old, like I basically wanted tap shoes to walk around in.
Yeah.
So things that made noise. It was sound for me.
Right. No, I feel you on that.
So yeah, well, like, knowing what you want to do and kind of finding out that you have a natural knack for it and seeing how it evolves.
You gotta find the balance. Because I wanted to be Derek Jeter, right? I want to be shortstop for the Yankees.
See, I never cared about sports.
See, I can't play sports. I'm bad at sports. So that dream went right out the window. But like I remember like when you're a kid, you have like this book of like careers. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's like fireman, policeman, doctor,
Did you have
lawyer.
Career day? I never had a career day at my school.
We did have career day.
I never had a career day at any of mine.
Never had a career day.
Yeah, it was third grade.
That's like TV shit. That's Ned's Declassified.
So what we did for career day actually was third grade. We had like what I want to be when I grow up day, career day. We all kind of pick it. We kind of just dress up with the costume, write a little report. The school helped us get in touch with someone from that profession. We get to talk to them.
As a third grader?
Third grader, yeah.
Doing networking, doing job fairs?
Yeah, job fairs in third grade, yeah.
God damn.
So
they're getting you ready.
Mine.
Child labor laws be like, what?
We didn't actually sit down and talk to them. Like, we had a list of questions. We sent them, and they would answer them. We had to put that in our report.
Here's my card, kid.
Yeah, pretty much. So mine was archaeologist. I liked digging. I want to dig holes for a living. Right? And then Literally,
and this is elementary.
3rd grade.
Okay.
One of what turned me off, like one of the questions was, how much money do you make? She was like, not a lot, but $30,000 a year. I was like, nope, that dream's done.
How did you knew about the importance of money?
Well, I didn't,
like 9 years old.
I didn't know what
I want a Maybach, so that's not gonna work.
I didn't know what $34,000 meant. Like, to me, $34,000 meant, I don't know if it was $34,000, but she said, she's like, unfortunately, the pay isn't great. It's honestly not that much, but I do it for the passion. And in my 7-year-old brain, it was just like, fuck that. Or 8, however old in 3rd grade. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But, I had to finish the project, so I couldn't go back now. So I finished it.
That's the crazy thing about it, because my story is a bit different between the three of us. I'm the late bloomer of the group. It took me a long while, like I guess like going through my 20s and finally leaving the house for the first time, living in a different state, culture shock, all that, come back. And it was around 2016 where I was like heavy in like pro wrestling Facebook groups and all that. Met 2 dudes, Nick Doolin and Kevin Obarski. And we, started becoming cool, started talking and things like, yo, let's do this podcast. There's the 3 of us. We'll talk. We'll just do what we do. And so we did the Wrestling with Issues podcast for about a year or so, a little over a year and a half. And all of a sudden it just dissolved. Nothing too crazy, nothing like a bad fallout or nothing like that. It was just, it dissolved. So I remember like it was yesterday. I'm sitting in my mom's crib, on my phone going through Instagram, and of all people I see, Gary fucking V.
Gary V.
Doing this video
Gary V, baby.
For Gary fucking V doing Anchor. And so like he was just talking about, yeah, you can just do it off your phone, all that stuff. And I'm just like, that's the easiest fucking thing I could ever do right now. And I started getting back into pro wrestling around the time I moved back to New Jersey in 2016. So 2018, July 18, 2018. I will never forget this date. I was just sitting there, just like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see how this works. And recorded episode 1. I didn't realize I felt like I had made it until 2019 before I got recruited by Will and King Ricky. I was nominated actually for the 2019 Newcomer of the Year at the Wrestle Radio Awards. And I was just going through one night. I just finished recording an episode, and I was just like, oh, let me just get a gander at it, just to see, who I would vote for and whatnot. I'm scrolling through, picking my people, and next, Newcomer of the Year comes up, and I see my podcast name in there. And I X out of it, and I look back. And I'm thinking, there's no way. There's no
my eyes are
way.
fooling me. My eyes be fooling me.
This dude right here from Eatontown, New Jersey, Monmouth fucking County, is nominated for Newcomer of the Year 2019 from Wrestling Radio Awards. And that moment, that's when I realized I got something here.
I could do this.
Yeah.
I could do this. And then all of a sudden, Will, Ricky come into the picture. We started getting to chatting, and next thing you know, I'm the newest member of Wrestle Addict Radio 2020.
Dope.
So I mean, at that moment, like, and here's my thing, and I'll say this to everybody. Honestly, think about like Morgan Freeman didn't really become a big deal until what, like his 40s, his 50s.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's been old his whole career.
J.K. Rowling, when she did her book, she was a little bit older.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman is like 130 years old.
I was 20 when I was 30 actually when I started this.
Yeah, you just gotta keep looking. You gotta keep looking, you'll find it.
The podcast.
It's passion. You gotta find. You gotta. It's such a cliche thing to say, but you gotta find what you're passionate at, what you're good at.
Yep.
I mean, I think people are good at everything. Like you can. Everyone is good at something.
Absolutely, 100%. Like there's 2 things I know I'm good at: talking about pro wrestling and talking shit. So I combine those together, and I got what I got right now. 4 years. It's about to be like. It's honestly next week is like literally 4 years in the game for me as a solo podcaster. Never in my wildest dreams, July 18, 2018. Never did I think I would be literally sitting here right now doing an interview with one of my compadres in the war gang and you, Christian, and then doing all this. Like you honestly don't think about it, and a lot of people don't. But the thing is just when you know that, when you know exactly what you hone into and what your focus is, sky's the fucking limit, people. Yep. At the end of the day, you just got to know exactly what you're into and turn that into something.
Once you
find it, there's a lot of people in this world that have a lot of talent and just waste it. and that's a big deal for me. Like everybody I feel in my mind has some value to add to society. It's just what form of value will you bring to society? This is mine.
All right. And with that, I mean, that's a perfect place to end it. So, Christian, put that camera on me, motherfucker. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, that was mean. I'm sorry, that's mean.
Terrible.
I say we edit that out, but no, you know what? I don't want to, because I'm Will Tarashuk. This has been a Talking with Tarashuk podcast. That's T as in Thomas, Arashuk. If you want to be a guest just like Mr. YLP himself, you can reach me at will@apspodcast.com and let me know why. You want to be listening to the show, you can be a guest on this version, the unknown, unnamed nonsense edition, or all the other podcasts where I have like such as Mr. Fred from Wrestle Addict Radio, K. Murphy from Kings of the Rings, Joe Malandrino from NASDAQ, my boss, Alan Schoenberg, my former boss's boss, or any of the other life coaches, authors, serial entrepreneurs, firefighters I have talked to on this podcast. You can reach out to me, and we'll talk for an hour or a lot of fun. And if we go, ooh, that's interesting, congratulations. I'll find a spot for you. All the archives, YouTube, Talking with Tarashuk, YouTube and Biggest Podcast Solutions, with more stuff coming, I promise. This show, the Unnamed Nonsense Edition, will be live, I think it's going to be August. End of the month in August, we'll be good to go live. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited. All the archives, biggestpodcast.com, as on iTunes, Spotify. Give us a like, share, subscribe. All of that fun stuff. Christian, plug your studio, my friend.
Cube Recording Studios. We can handle podcasts, songs, acoustic, vocals, whatever you need, and we got you with the video, as you can see, and we can go live to every platform out there: LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and anyone that I might have forgotten. CubeRecordingStudios.com. Check us out.
It's going to be a great time. And Mr. YLP, your plugs for your show. Big milestone coming up next week. May I be the first one to say congratulations.
First and foremost, thank you. And to you as well on 300. Finally, I get somebody to join the 300 club with me, because it's been damn lonely.
It's a long way.
I've been waiting on
you. It's a long way
to get to 300, because I've been getting lonely, and the buffet is not as good as it used to be. But we'll dead that for another time. But you can find me every Saturday, YLP Podcast, Anchor, Amazon Music, of course, ambiguouspodcastsolutions.com, because if you don't go there, I'm going to find out. Trust me. On Instagram, you can find me at young_lions_perspective. On Twitter, at YL Perspective. Over on Facebook, I don't go on there often, but I have a page over there. Simply search for Young Lions Perspective Podcast.
All right. And that wraps up for another podcast. We'll be back next week. The brand new guest, maybe. Or maybe it's me and Christian. I don't know. I haven't booked out that far out yet.
Maybe I'll come back.
No. That's my one rule. Once per quarter. You can come back in September. Right? September. No, October, November, December. No, October. You can come back in October.
We'll talk.
But until then,
we'll talk.
Y'all take care.